Hi there, my name is Jessie Taylor. I am a senior at Clemson. I am studying English literature. I do a lot of work with gender studies and ability studies, especially in the medieval, Victorian, and contemporary eras. Those are my areas of expertise right now that I'm focusing on. And I want to talk to you a little bit about my plan for a TED Talk on pansexuality and our potential to love. I identify as pansexual, and this is a word that I arrived at after years of struggling with my gender identity, so I would like to be vulnerable and real about that in my TED Talk. I would like to share some of my failures and successes with relationships that have been directly connected to me understanding and deliberating the parameters of my own sexuality and gender identities. And I would like to include how in this talk how pansexuality has essentially saved my life, but not only that, has helped me to love life and to ignite a love for loving. So in my talk, I plan to begin discussing what is the gender binary, because I think that that's a great place to start. It functions every day in our lives, and a lot of people don't even think about it. Maybe you think about it when you choose your dress versus your slacks or some such in the morning in your closet, but you don't really think about it other than that. And some people really do think about it all the time. And I spent years where it was taking up way too much of my brain power because I found it so puzzling and troubling that our society functions the way it does and is structured the way it is with a gender binary. So I would like to start by introducing the idea of a binary and then a gender binary and segue into, and I would also probably start with, I haven't decided which story, but I would love to start with an example from my life that would really grab people in. So this can entail, probably the most powerful example will be discussing a 2-year relationship I had in which it essentially exploded because my sexuality did not fit inside the relationship parameters that we had delineated. And that was a major game and life changer for me and my partner at the time. So I would probably pick a very specific example from that relationship to begin this talk. So I would go into this discussion of the gender binary, and out of that, I would like to detail my experiences on both sides of the binary and in the liminal phases of the binary. So I've had experiences where I've been taken to be male. I've had experiences where people have not known what my gender is. Mostly I've had experiences where people have assumed that I am female, but at this point in my life, I am way more comfortable with that idea than I have ever been. So for a lot of my life, the fact that I appeared female and was taken to be female was a source of pain for me, and I would like to talk about that. I would like for that to culminate in the question, do we need binaries, and are they benefiting us in society, and just kind of planting that idea and exploring that idea, because I don't know the answer to that. So that's where I get really excited, because I found a connection between my pansexuality and these ideas I have growing with my literary study, specifically of Jacques Derrida. And he's a literary theorist that I've been studying very closely this semester and last semester. He's a deconstructionist, which means he will boggle your mind if you let him, and he tries to make logical arguments as slippery as possible, and I think that is far more indicative of our reality than any other cut and dry black and white system of analyzing literature. But that aside, I really want to talk about his idea that boundaries are not absolutes, that boundaries, and this is my interpretation that I've been discussing with Dr. Paul in the literature department at Clemson, that rather than when we think about boundaries, and he says that they're not absolute, he has a logical way that he reaches that I could detail in my talk. We are coming to understand, Dr. Paul and I, that these asymptotes, these boundaries are best thought of as asymptotes rather than as absolutes. So you think about an asymptote in calculus, and you think, we are approaching this, you'll never reach it, you'll never actually be that, but that is what is being, sought after. That is what is trying to be attained, and it is unattainable. So I would like to make that connection to both my literary and my mathematical study in discussion of pansexuality, love, Derrida and the idea of gender boundaries as asymptotes or sexual orientations as asymptotes, and just use that idea as a new way to think about how we think about our sexual orientations and our gender identities. So I really would like to conclude this talk with my idea that pansexuality, because it includes everyone, because it is essentially a blank check to be able to love anyone that you find yourself able to love, I believe that it helps us connect to others and to reach our true potential in ways that other modes of thinking do not. I believe that pansexuality is a way that allows human beings, allows us as conscious people, the ability to love everyone. It actually makes that a reality that is an asymptote that you can reach towards. And I define love as more a virtuous love. I think that it is impossible and unsustainable to romantically love everyone, but it is possible to treat everyone with love, even people you disagree with, especially if you understand that perhaps their asymptotes are different than yours. So my TED Talk would be called Pansexuality and Our Potential to Love, and these are the ideas that I have right now. I'm in the process of hammering them out and making this more cohesive. I think my talk would need no more than 10 minutes, and I would love to pull in not only experiences from my own life, but also direct quotes from my literary study of Derrida and just of my exploration of pansexuality. And that would be the idea for my talk. I hope you're as excited about it as I am, and I look forward to hearing back from you. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. Take care.